gets the troops right to the line, and on the first down throw, goes down the middle, and it's a touchdown for Rylan Rodalonis. 13-0 lead on the board in the first quarter. Jackson again was got a fish, and this time the pass is on the money. And St. John's prep. Wow. This one's good! And intercepted by Anthony Caruso. And here he goes. The quarterback is on the loose. Four-man rush. Throws across the body. Looking for Peters. He's got him on the run. And look out. Inside the 10, the 5, touchdown Exeter. Blitz up the middle. This one intercepted. Picked off in the flat. It's Lynch. Snap, hold, kick, up, and good! He's got a first down and then some. He's got a burst to the right side. He's inside the 20, inside the 10. It's the Bolin. Great cut. He's going to turn on the Jets. Morrison again through the hole. Look out. On his first carry tonight, the junior Brooks Connors is gone.
This is part of a nationwide leadership development program with the mission of developing citizens of character for our country.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Salem. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you, getting set for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. It's the Portsmouth/Oyster River Clippers taking on the Salem Blue Devils. This is round number 1 of the 2025 NHIAA Football Division I playoffs, a battle between the number 10 seed and the number 7. The winner will take on Manchester Memorial next week in the quarterfinals. We will step aside, take a break, and then come back with the rest of the pregame, and then the game time is at the top of the hour. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Maybe it's leaning too close to your home. Maybe it's not healthy. Or maybe you just don't like it there. No matter what the reason is, if you need tree work or pruning, call Accurate Tree Service. They have the right equipment and expertise to properly diagnose, treat, or remove trees, no matter how difficult the terrain. Perhaps simple, careful pruning by our certified arborist is all you need to manage your trees and shrubs. When it comes to your tree care, contact the full-service tree care experts today. Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right.
Are you a quarterback who is ready to take your game to the next level? Well, then it's time to join TKQB Academy. Founded by former UNH standout Trevor Knight, TKQB Academy has worked with student athletes from around New England, helping young quarterbacks to reach their full potential. TKQB Academy offers one-on-one and group sessions that will help you instantly improve your accuracy, timing, mechanics, and footwork. So be the best QB you can be at TKQB Academy. Call 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Well, we're back here at Grant Field in Salem getting set for this preliminary round matchup between Portsmouth and Salem in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. We're broadcasting in conjunction tonight, once again, with the NFHS Network. Salem winners of 4 straight, 6-3 in the regular season under head coach Steve Abraham. Portsmouth 4-4. They had a bye week in which, well, the opponent, the out-of-state opponent from Maine, had to cancel. So only 8 games on the schedule for Coach Pafford's Clippers. They go 4-4. They won the last 2. So, Steve, both teams on a win streak, trying to ride momentum here and extend their season in round 1 of this Division I tournament.
Absolutely, Nick. We had a great opportunity to speak with Coach Abraham last night from Salem, and he appeared to me to be very loose and properly confident and must have had a good practice week. Going to need that tonight, Nick, because one thing that I've watched with Portsmouth in the 2 games and then 1 game on video that I saw is their defense is for real. If they show up tonight, it's going to take an all-out effort by the Salem Blue Devils to be able to move the ball methodically downfield. As far as Portsmouth is concerned, as far as the offense we saw, Nick, that when we saw them play Dover, they scored a lot of points, but there were some defensive points they scored as well. They rely on both. Team looked very solid. I don't think anybody, there's 2 teams you really don't want to be playing or get too overconfident with. I think in the playoffs, it's Londonderry, and I think it's Portsmouth tonight, and we're going to see how this matchup goes. You've got to look at Salem and really appreciate what this coaching staff has done with these guys. They had some adversity in some various areas. They overcame them. They've gotten better, and this is a team that's got Abraham written all over it.
Yes, sir. At one point, Salem was down as many as 8 starters, as Coach Abraham said, the low point of the season. But they were able to rattle back and get healthy. And here they are at 4 straight and 6 wins overall. So Portsmouth, they win the toss. They're on the road. Coach Pafford wants the football first as the return team heads onto the field.
If I was going to guess, Nick, I would have said the opposite with Coach Pafford because of that defense. That tells you that the offense must be feeling pretty good about them.
Yeah, he wants to get his senior quarterback, Andy Brown, the football as soon as possible.
Good point.
We got a good crowd here. Temperature in the upper 40s right now. A little bit of a breeze. Potential rain in the forecast later tonight. That should not affect things here in this one. Salem, the higher seed, the home team, the number 7 seed in this 13-team Division I field. Set to kick things right to left in their home blue uniforms.
Anytime.
Portsmouth, they've got 2 receivers back at the 10-yard line, 2 return men between the 10 and the 11. Clippers in their road whites tonight. We are underway from Grant Field a bit early, as this one's scheduled to start at 7. Ball's in the air at 6:56, and the return man is out to the 30-yard line. As Xander Wood, given credit there for the special teams tackle for Salem. So 1st and 10, here's Andy Brown, multi-sport athlete at Portsmouth High School. He's done a good job running the offense really all season long, Steve.
Yeah.
And this crowd early on their feet, trying to cheer on this defense. It's a 4-man front for Salem.
Yeah, Coach Pafford wants to get through that line quick. That's part of Coach Pafford's magic. Let's see if they can the linemen can do a good job of that tonight against this defensive front. 2 running backs surrounding Brown on 1st down and 10 from the 30-yard line. A long count from the senior quarterback. He does take the snap. The handoff is left side, and trying to burrow his way over left guard is one of the 2 running backs. That's Kevin White on the carry. As he goes up the middle, Jacob Beaudry, senior for Salem, with the tackle. Second down and 6 on the way. Pretty good wall there defensively, Nick. There wasn't much there, but give them credit. They were able to get a little bit of a push. One thing, notice, folks, across the field there, if you see it, they got offensive play calling with a digital shot clock with a red and a green symbols or numerical order. Interesting.
On 2nd down, under the left side run. And still fighting over the 35, I believe, is White.
No lack of strength here with these 2, fronts, lineman fronts on both sides of the ball. They're strong. You're going to get a good view right here. Watch it go through. And he just gets an edge right inside there. I believe that was 57, Nick, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Beaudry in on the stop. James Nelson was there, one of the captains for Salem as well. 3rd down and 6. First down marker at the 41.
Defensive shift.
Play action. Brown on a rollout to his right, plants the foot and drills it downfield. This one contested and incomplete. In on coverage, Jordan Zanini.
What an athlete.
An excellent three-way player for Salem. The senior got a piece of that intended pass, which was headed towards Micah Gedney, the senior for Portsmouth.
I love getting Brown outside, Nick, and you're going to see it. He arcs it up there, and watch Zanini time this. He's reading the eyes of the receiver, and he does not get into the inside of the body until just the perfect time. This kid is an athlete. Wait till you watch him run the ball. He can steal a game on his own if he gets some initial blocks. He's incredible.
So 3 and out there for Salem as the defense gets an early win. 90 seconds into the game. Portsmouth going to trot out the punter here. Salem with dual punt returners standing between the 25 and the 30-yard line.
What a kick.
This one high into the night sky. Zanini allows it to land. It takes a roll for Portsmouth all the way down inside the 10-yard line.
I'm not sure you're going to do better than that at the 2 levels above high school here. That was one heck of a kick. And how about a fielding play at shortstop there, getting that short hop and lining that ball up perfectly. Surprised Zanini didn't take that, Nick. I thought it was within range he could catch it, but if you don't have a perfect beat on it, you got to let it go, let your offense do the work.
So field position factoring in here early. The football spotted just outside the Salem 5-yard line. First drive for the Blue Devil offense. And we got our first look tonight at sophomore quarterback Van Mason. Took over the job.
Second week, was it?
Third week.
Third week, yeah.
And that was the week we were here against Pinkerton. And he has kept the job ever since. The sophomore, a lot of athletic tools, but very high IQ, which is what Coach Abraham likes.
He showed us in the first game he played the assets and the qualities that he has. Let's see how they've been groomed throughout the year.
He's going to go under center here, handoff left side, and up the middle run.
Oh, nice
Good
run.
cut across the 10, leading up to about the 12-yard line goes Aiden Shikrella, another good story. Junior running back, missed some time, but back in the fold, and he's made a difference during this 4-game win streak.
Watch the kick-out block there. Good job, the kick-out. Nice wash back down on the inside. I like the fact that he turned inside and upfield, Nick, because he got him an extra 2 or 3 yards. He's a nifty runner.
Ends up with 7 on the play to set up second down and 3. Crowded box here by the Clipper defense as the handoff is taken. Right side, hit at the line of scrimmage and stood up. No gain there for Salkovitz. That's Colin Salkovitz, another one of these juniors. They're going to give him 2 with the forward progress, 3rd down and 1.
You're going to see here, there's just a wall here. The right side of the offensive line just could not work these guys off the ball. Take a look at the right side here and watch the penetration and strength of that defensive front. Watch this team from time to time. Coach Pafford and his crew's got these guys very technically sound.
Noah Mitchell, the junior defensive end, making a play there. 3rd down and 1. They keep it with Van Mason on the quarterback sneak. He's up the middle, and he has enough for a first down.
That's all about will and cadence right there. The will was there, but the cadence was well done. That's the thing that this guy, just bear in mind, folks, number 10, the quarterback, is I'm sorry. Where am I? Here he is. Number 13, Van Mason, is a sophomore. I think Nick has mentioned that before. And a sophomore that just got kind of catapult into the lineup. Yeah. Boy, he just called a nice cadence right there.
He's met the challenge so far. He's got Salem a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10, and now a whistle, and our first flag tonight.
Not so much there.
Is thrown.
I believe that's going to be a false start. It looked like it's a long way away, Nick, with the track, but it looks like about yeah, I think it was the right guard or the right tackle. I couldn't see which one, but there was definitely movement there.
Our referee tonight is Jeff Kleiner. Umpire Hassan Good. Headline judge Kevin Bolduc. The line judge is Mike Santoro. The back judge Damian Seven. All in all, one of the better crews
absolutely
statewide here as the NHIAA putting their best officials, obviously, on these tournament games.
Every step on the officiating is in the right place at the right time. No wasted movement, and these guys know the game.
1st and 15, a rollout. Van Mason off the back foot.
Oh, if that should be a flag.
And there is the penalty marker.
Yeah, there it is.
Contact early as Salem tried to find the senior tight end Jack Marconi. And a collision there with the ball still in the air draws the penalty.
Well, every time you get Van Mason rolled out, the funny thing is he does it on the weak side just as good as he does the strong side. And they had him beat. They had the defender beat. Defender had to take a risk. And probably, Nick, in all honesty, not a bad penalty right there to stop it because there was nobody really there if he turned upfield. It would have been a foot race with about 5 yards of green space between the next defenders. So
that was Micah Gedney in on the coverage.
Good execution there on Salem's part.
Meanwhile, another whistle after the football is repositioned at the Salem 29.
Boy, is this place filling up now.
You're right. Barely an empty seat at this point here at Grant Field. And we've seen these Salem games attended, not just this season, of course, but throughout the course of the decades.
Absolutely.
Here with Salem football.
We talked with Coach Abraham last night, and we were talking about the quality of the reconstruction of this facility. They have aced this thing. The track, the just everything is just first rate, and the
field turf as well.
Yeah, and able to keep a pretty flat field without a big pitch on it, and it just makes for a good game.
They actually backed the football up about a yard.
Yep.
That was the cause of the delay. So 1st and 10 from the 28.
Oh, nice.
Double handoff, shake and bake. It's Zanini around the corner.
Ooh.
And he is taken down after crossing the 40. A tough hit there along the sideline.
All right. Let me know when I'm ready. I can go, Nick. You want to see a quarterback that's not willing to do anything for his football team. You watch him. He strings outside. He's a lead blocker right now. See him out in front, and he's working his butt off on number 7. And that's why Zanini was able to get outside. What an effort. Van Mason's here to play anything needed.
15-yard pickup. Back to the ground on 1st down. This is the fullback, Jacob Beaudry. Going to grind out a few up to the 45, a gain of 2. Tackle there by Isaac Frank, the junior, for Portsmouth. Beaudry, one of those guys that was shouted out last night by Coach Abraham.
No question, Nick. We talked to some people in the know and said that the kids in the corridors and you know we're very tactfully confident, if you will, in the hallways, but not taking anything for granted. I think that's why Steve was so loose last night.
4-man front again. Beaudry up the middle, shoots through the hole. 1st down and then some. Into Clipper territory all the way down to the 35-yard line. That's a 20-yard burst and a 1st down.
That's just great play sequencing by Coach Abraham right there. He's working the outside, countering, going off tackle, and what does he do then? As soon as he sees the linebacker stepping out, open up an inside crease there, he sends the big guy right through, and he bowls his way through. Not easy to do against this Portsmouth D.
Back-to-back runs for Jacob Beaudry. 1st down, Salem. They go inside. I believe this time it's Shekrala. He stood up by Frank on his 2nd tackle and is dropped near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it'd be pretty, there's always one running back that's going to get the majority, but they really prefer, and they're their strongest when they work by committee. And we've seen that throughout the year. We've done quite a few Salem games, and they work very, very well, spreading the wealth out and not allowing the linebackers on their keys to read their keys with one player only. He's going to make you step. He's going to make you think.
2nd down and 7. And off left side, Zanini trying to bounce it again to the outside. And is tackled inbounds along the boundary.
I don't know how he does that, Nick.
Somewhere shy of the 30.
Yeah, I don't know how he does that. He turned right upfield, stepped into the hole, and then backed right out. And
I think he got 3 there in the end.
Took a circumnavigation route there, and he does it so fast and so stealth. They're going to give him a rest here. He's got put a good work here in this drive. And
a couple carries, 18 yards. Anthony Flagg with the tackle. One of the inside linebackers for Portsmouth, the senior, with his 1st stop. That sets up a 3rd down and 4 here.
Look for a play action possibly here, Nick.
Football at the 29. Van Mason under center.
With a rollout possibly.
Handoff. Left side, Shekrala has a hole, has a 1st down, spins his way down to the 20. Some power football there as Salem continues to grind the ball down the field here. This drive began back at their 5-yard line.
Watch the left tackle and left guard here. They just clean it out. Look at this. They're coming, and they're rolling the lead back in front. Comes through the hole, and look at the two hands on the football. Every single play, we've seen ball security at the center of the mission to make sure they hold on to the drive. This is a good-looking drive so far.
A 9-yard pickup for Shikrala. And now back to the left side. Here is Salkovitz's second carry, and a flag comes in late. This is taken down near the 15-yard line, but hang on. Jeff Kleiner saw something there.
Yeah, most likely a hold. And when you see, it's either hands to the face from a defensive lineman or it's going to be a hold, and it looks to me like that's what it's going to be as they're walking the ball back. That's a really tough time for a penalty. Maybe we can see this again here and see if there's any holding while we're waiting.
That's the second Salem penalty. So the hold is going to back the football to the 30-yard line. And set up a first down.
Yeah, my guess is it was in the back side there. I didn't see any holding there. It's in the back of them. There it is right there. You just barely see him out of the corner. We'll see what happens here.
Second Salem penalty. They had a false start earlier.
Oh, they got the edge.
Yep. Shikrala trying to turn it upfield. Spins at the 25 before the Portsmouth pursuit catches up. They'll take 5 there, though, to set up second and 15.
Yeah, but the lead blocker there, if he was able to get him inside, Nick, there was a lot of real estate to go with nobody there. You're going to see he really struggles. Defensive lineman gets separation here. Watch the separation that he gets out in the far end, and that's how he was able to break past that blocking attempt and
steer it upfield. That's the senior outside linebacker Andrew Craig doing a good job there. Also Daniel Solasala. And we'll say his name a few times tonight, I'm sure, on both ends. Also in there on the stop. Second down and 15. Mason under center, looking to his left here. He's got one wide receiver out to the left. Play action. He's going to roll left. He's going to throw, and he's got a catch. Inside the 10-5, big stiff arm. It's Jack Marconi for the touchdown. The senior tight end. Mason hooks up with him from 25 yards out, and the Blue Devils are on the board 6-0.
All right, why was he wide open? Real simple. They've been attacking the outside run. Linebacker's got to spread out. Then they start spreading and stepping out. That just behind them is going to wind up being wide open as they're out in the flare trying to stop the sweep and the off tackle, and you're going to see that on that play on replay. Look at that. Look at the space. Look at where the linebackers are, all spread out. And they got the right man in the open part of the field, and he bams it into the end zone. What a great-looking drive that was.
And now Ryan Bryant, one of the better kickers statewide, set to add the extra point. The kick is up and down the middle. So it's 7-0 Salem. A lengthy drive, nearly 6 minutes, 95 yards. They began that one back at their own 5-yard line. It's capped off through the air. Van Mason to Jack Marconi for a 25-yard score.
Yeah, the play calling on that, the whole sequence of play calling on that, and you're looking at 3:50 left. I'm going to say that's probably, call it 5. Look about a 7-minute drive right there, Nick, I'm going to estimate. And how about the strike that Van Mason throws? Look at that coordination right here.
Off the back foot.
Right off the back foot, as it should be. This guy rolls out any direction you want from the pocket, and he's a sophomore.
And a good run after the catch by the senior tight end as well. That's Jack Marconi. Offered up that Heisman stiff arm there inside the 5-yard line.
Heisman stiff arm, and then just lowering the boom as he approached inside the 5-yard. You knew as soon as he hit the 5-yard line, he was definitely going to go in, Nick. Nobody had a clear angle, and if you're going to take him down, you got to hit him straight on, and you got to sacrifice, and you need a little support. He's a bull.
So this is the start the home fans wanted. Salem opened the game defensively, forcing a 3-and-out, and then they embark on a 95-yard touchdown drive. 7-0 Salem. Portsmouth looks to respond. Broken tackle here at the 25.
Good effort.
Still on his feet there was Van Gruner, one of the return men, the senior, refusing to go down. Ultimately will set up the offense at the 26-yard line for a 1st and 10.
Well, one of the things you like to see here is watch the edges set. They have the initial contain is blocked inside right there. He takes the inside route. But look at the speed and the support that he gets to take over that edge again. That's a football team, and specifically a special teams group that has come to play. That is well done and Very talented.
So Portsmouth on the field for drive number 2. They're in the pistol here. Solar Sala is the tail. Brown checks the left wrist. He's got 4 down linemen on the other side of the football for Salem. Fake handoff, quick pass.
Nice
It's a
pass.
slant and a catch. At about the 35 and spun down immediately after the reception. Goes Portsmouth's Zach Hall, his first touch tonight. It's a gain of 6.
Well, they may need to recruit this guy as a pitcher for baseball because look at the velocity on that ball right there. That thing's a rocket right into the breadbasket right there. You don't even have to think about catching. It's just there and squeeze. Watch. Look at that fake. Nice play action. Good fake by the running back. Freeze everybody in the defensive backfield. Bang. There you go. Nice play.
Tackle by Brody Longton, the junior cornerback for Salem.
He's a tall drink of water, isn't he?
Second down. Handoff up the middle. Solar Sala going to push that pile over the 40 for a first down.
This doesn't. So I was going to say it, Nick, on the kickoff. Watch Portsmouth. They don't tell me what the score is. Just get us the ball. Coach Pafford, like Coach Abraham, been around, done that, and knows how to run an offense. And he's got some players out there. This offensive line is kicking in as we look at the plays there. That is. Have you seen that before?
That's a gang tackle, I would say. There were 6, maybe 7 Salem players down there in the trench.
Yep.
On the takedown, but still a Portsmouth first down. Their first of the night here as we move to 2.5 to play in this first quarter. Clippers trailing 7-0. Salem showing blitz. Brown, play action. He's going to run. First down and then some. And Andy Brown is going to turn on the Jets.
No flags.
The Portsmouth quarterback takes it all the way to the house for a 58-yard touchdown run. Portsmouth strikes right back here on the road at 7-6.
Well, check Mr. Brown, Andy Brown in the game, Nick. This guy is a force. You got a quarterback with that kind of extension and that kind of speed, that kind of a throwing arm, and that kind of a running capability. You got something there. So they're going to have to start giving him some special attention. The idea behind that is get everybody on him and then start working the ball to your running backs. But let's give the offensive line credit from Portsmouth. They got that job done very well on that drive.
So Brown from 58 yards out, showing off the speed. He's the holder here on the extra point try. Solar Sala's kick is perfect.
We got a game.
7-7. We had the long drive from Salem over 6 minutes, 95 yards. Portsmouth, they only need a handful of plays and a little over a minute to respond before Brown breaks that one.
Oh, yeah.
58 yards to the house. So 7-7 here with 2:17 to go in the first quarter. And, of course, that big play from Portsmouth tampers the spirits a bit of this home crowd here in Salem.
No question, Nick. Well,
a reminder, we're back at it tomorrow as the preliminary round action continues here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. We're in the gate city of Nashua.
What a nice play.
For 2 Nashua teams, as Nashua North and Bishop Girton will meet there in the 12 versus 5 matchup. Of course, tonight, Portsmouth is the 10 seed. Salem is the 7. The winner of this game will take on Manchester Memorial in the quarterfinal round. The Crusaders are the number 2 seed and have a bye this weekend.
Well, on Gridiron, we were talking last night. This is pretty much the game, at least for the first quarter, kind of playing into what we thought. 2 teams know how to play the game, and the offenses right now coming through.
Zalkovic on the return,
Nice
spins his way to the 30, where he's twisted down at about the 32-yard line. A good return there for the junior. And Salem set to bring their offense right back onto the field.
Officials doing a terrific job here, getting the ball back to the line of scrimmage quickly, Nick, moving. I mean, it's just the pace is really, really nice, and everybody has a part in it, from play calling in, and you know, it's just it's got a nice flow to this game. This first quarter has been really fun to watch. I hope you folks are enjoying it. We'll talk about subscribing to our channel in next play.
Yeah. Broadcasting in conjunction tonight, of course, with the NFHS network as well. Handoff up the middle, and this one is repelled and stuffed as just nowhere to go.
65.
For Shikrella. Runs right into the hands, or the open arms, I should say.
Was that 65?
It was 55.
55.
Michael Berg, the junior defensive end.
Nice job, Michael.
And that's his first tackle tonight.
Straight on, hip square. Watch everything about a tackle when you're in open field is making sure your hips are square. Now watch him, and he just comes through, wraps him up. Didn't have much choice of not going high in that one, but he held on to him the whole time, drove him back.
Just a 1-yard pickup for Shikrella. 2nd down and 9. This time Solkowitz outside, slices over the 35, and brings a couple of defenders with him up to the 38-yard line. Strong run there. A good 5, maybe 6 to set up 3rd down and medium.
Coach Steve letting the clock run here. Plenty to play here in the first half. If you folks haven't subscribed to our station, FNLNH Media, please. We love subscribers. Want to build our audience, and please do. And
yeah, we just hit a milestone, Steve, last week.
Yes, we did.
Went over the 7,000 subscriber mark. So, again, Friday Night Lights on YouTube at FNLNH Media.
Hit that bell icon.
3rd down and 4. Big play here inside the final minute first quarter. We have
nice
a pitch
cut.
left side. Zanini zigs and zags.
Nifty
and
runner.
he's taken down very close to that first down stick. They're going to give it to him.
Well, some people learn it. Other people have it when they're born, and he's got it, and he just gets better and better. They've been obviously working with him very effectively. Watch this cut inside. Look at the vision. Reading his blocks, slides inside, takes on number 44. 44 may be bigger, but Zanini can bring it as well. He's not a real big guy, but he's strong as an ox.
That's Anthony Flagg on the tackle, his
Gets
second
the first
stop.
down.
So a 1st and 10 here. This may be the final play of the first quarter, down to 15 seconds as the snap is taken. Shikrella with room, wiggles again to his left over the 45, drops the shoulder at the 47 for a pickup of 4.
Yeah.
And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Salem held the ball most of that frame. They scored a touchdown on a long drive. Salem then surrendered a big play to Portsmouth's Andy Brown. 7-7 at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter, Salem picks up where they left off. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Starting, at their own 47 to begin this second quarter are the Blue Devils, and Salem going to stick to the run, trying to get to midfield on 2nd down. They do so. They get into Portsmouth territory at the 49 after a short pickup of 2 there by Shikrella. So welcome you back in here. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals, 7-7 after 1. Preliminary round action between Salem and Portsmouth.
I've been watching this Sebastian Altamar, the safety here. This guy reads extremely well. That's why he's in that position. Never mind the natural assets that he's got as far as speed and such. But I've been watching him. He's pretty impressive. He's been coming up making a lot of tackles.
Yeah, the junior. Looking good here in this first half. Meanwhile, the flag.
Yeah, this is what Steve does not want, is to slow the game down due to penalties. He wants to get that tempo going, and this is going to be another 5 yards off. And it's happening on 3rd down, Nick. That is the last down that you want that to happen on, is 3rd down. Now that's a very different play we're looking at.
3rd Blue Devil penalty in this first half. 3 for 20, only 1 for 15 on the other side against Portsmouth. Salem arriving winners of 4 straight, 6-3 during the regular season. Good enough for the number 7 seed in this 13-team tournament. Portsmouth, they get in with a 4-4 record. They had to win their last 2 to do so. They capture the 10 seed. And again, Memorial watching this game with interest tonight as the Crusaders will get the winner in the quarterfinals next week. 3rd and long, Salem stays with the run. They get back to the Portsmouth 49, but that's still going to be a couple of yards short. So 4th down and 2, and decision time for Coach Abraham. Stop made there for Portsmouth by Zach Hall.
He cracked the 50. I bet he's going now. Watch number 9 again, Nick. I've been watching this guy. They're getting through the line, and watch who comes up. Actually, that was the cornerback.
Zach Hall on the tackle.
That was but there was another. I'm watching the defensive backfield. This is why they're so good. They come up. They read run extremely well. They know it, and they come up and they make sticks.
4th down and 2. They keep it in the quarterback's hands, and the sophomore gets a little help from his friends. Pushed herd style all the way down to the Portsmouth 44-yard line. Big first down.
You don't want me to sing that song for you, do you? Little help from it.
Boy, that
was a surge right there, huh?
Yeah.
Look at this, folks.
Looks like Beaudry, the fullback, gave him a little bit of nudge.
Yeah.
One of their bigger guys up front, Jack Richard, the junior guard.
Absolutely.
Key there, and a big first down for Van Mason. 4th down conversion, the first of the night either way.
Forget all the talent that he has. It's the game management that he's putting on the field. He is very, very effective.
1st and 10 from the 44. Mason under center. It's a stretch run for Salkovich, looking for the corner near side, and slips out of bounds to shy of the 40-yard line. Going to get 4 there.
Hardest thing in the world for a runner to do is recognize. You just go right into cut, plant, cut, go in right into the belly. It's strung out. He hasn't got it. They got the edge. Right there before that is when you just want to turn up, plant, and go right into the defense's belly and grab an extra 3 or 4 yards you can get. You don't see it. But if they're stringing it out like that, go upfield and grab a few extra yards. But most of the time he does it. He's a good runner. He's strong.
3 minutes gone by, second quarter, 7-7 game. Salem on just their second possession. Marching here again. They go to Zanini, left side, gets a key block from Chikrala, breaks it outside, first down and then some. One man to beat along the sideline before he's nudged out of bounds inside the 20. All the way down to the 16-yard line. Big run there for Jordan Zanini.
Graceful violence. I'm going to take Nick's word, violent runner, but he's graceful at it. That's a hard thing to meld right there, and look at him and watch him play that sideline so well and grabs every inch he can.
That's the longest play for Salem tonight, a 37-yard pickup here.
Even longer than the pass play, yeah.
No.
Oh, longest run.
Longest play for Salem of 37. The longest play overall was the 58-yard touchdown run by Portsmouth's Andy Brown.
Okay.
There is a play-action rollout on first down. Mason looking for the end zone. It's incomplete. Overshoots Brody Longton, who was open there in the end zone. Second down.
He would like to have that right back, and was right in the back corner of the end zone. Let's take a look at this route here. Look, he's got his hand in the air. He's it, and just kind of releases the arm. Watch how he releases the arm here. He kind of he's a little off balance right there, and just overthrows a little bit. He'd like to have that back, but good play call right there.
Yep.
We were talking about those defensive backs coming up. That's when you throw that. You'll call that play. Nice job by the coaches upstairs.
Yeah, you recognize that, Steve, earlier on the drive. Mm-hmm. Second down and 10. Pitch right side. Zanini spins out of one hand defender's grasp and then leans down to the 10 on a second effort. All in all, a pretty good run of 7 there to set up a 3rd down and 3. Slowed up on the play by Portsmouth's Nash Conklin.
Yep.
The junior with his first tackle.
I feel, and this is a good defense, Portland. Very good. So don't think these yards are easy. They're not against this team. It's good defense. But I think that Salem, Nick, looks to me like a better cohesive offense now than I even saw him against Wyndham and Pinkerton earlier in the year. And then we saw him also against PG, right?
Yes, we did.
You said, yeah.
There was a streak where we were fortunate enough to see Salem 3 straight weeks 3, 4, and 5. Unfortunately for them, those were their lone 3 losses of the season. All right, handoff right side and going airborne at the 5-yard line.
Going to have it.
Is the Salem's back. Colin Salkovich back to work, and he's got a first down at the 5-yard line. That sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a nice run by Colin. Again, he did it that time. He cut upfield. Watch this. He reads the outside kick out, and to split the two of them, and what a nice run.
Yeah, Marcone tight end there, helping out on the block. 4-yard pickup, 1st and goal now for Salem from the 5-yard line. 5 minutes in, second quarter. Hand off right side. To put the ball down to the 1-yard line is Stays with Salkovich.
Well, after that last run, I can see why. He's amped up right now, and he's choosing good lanes. That's the thing I look for in runners when I coach them. You choose the proper lane, you keep getting the ball, and don't be afraid to cut up. And if you've got the edge, it's got to be very obvious for you to take it. You got to have breakout speed. Salkovich can do both.
5 carries for Salkovich. 3 of those on this drive. The last 2 for Salem. Trying to get in the end zone and take the lead. They go right side, and guess who? Salkovich for the touchdown.
Reward success. Nothing wrong with that.
A 1-yard score is going to put Salem back in front 13-7.
No.
Midway through this second quarter.
That's a good lesson in life. If you earn it, you keep getting it. If you don't, well, watch what the other guy's doing.
Salkovich going to trot back to the sideline. Yeah, he's another guy that's been in and out of the lineup, Steve, healthy at the right time here for Salem in the postseason.
Yeah, and when you this whole offense is predicated on 4 running backs, 3 on the field, and a quarterback that can engineer it. And
Ryan Bryant with the special teams.
And they're going to credit Ryan Bryant, the kicker himself, with the tackle. So a 1st and 10 here for the Clippers with the football at their own 33-yard line.
That's the 4th kickoff, right? I believe it's the 4th kickoff. And every single return's between the 30 and the 35 here, if I'm not mistaken.
Public address announcer Andre Bamutri, one of our friends, frankly, at this point. He's also in charge, I believe, of the music here.
I'm waiting for an F-35 to come smacking through here. 7 knots.
By Brown.
Yeah, he reached out with a ball, Nick. The question is in the other side. No way we can tell here. But head official Kleinert has got his mark, and I believe they're going to call for a measurement here, if I'm not mistaken.
Timeout for a measurement.
Yep. So they're going to bring out the chain gang. If they are short, it'll be 4th and inches with 4.5 to go here.
I want to give them 2.5 minutes to run another play if you're the Clippers.
That's the second catch for Zach Hall. He's also the high man with 3 tackles defensively. Here's Brown, slips away from a man in the backfield, takes a hit near the first down stick after crossing midfield.
He's going to be
a yard short.
Yep.
But still a pretty good gainer there for Brown of 5 yards. 3rd down and 1. So Brown continuing to show the dual threat ability. Had the long touchdown run. He's also got 2 completions through the air in this first half. And I would imagine Portsmouth probably keeps it in his hands here for 3rd down and 1. From the Salem 47, again, Gedney in motion. No, they give it on a dive play up the middle, and that's White. And he does have enough for the first down inside the Salem 45.
Number 8, Van Gruner on the run, met by Jack Marconi. 1st down Clippers up to the.
They're saying that's actually Van Gruner on the carry. I thought it was White. Either way, it's a Portsmouth first down. Meanwhile, up the middle. No, yes, it is. White.
Nice
and
D.
this time, yes, Salem is going to. No, yes, it is. White.
Nice
and
D.
this time, yes, Salem is going to clog every. He overshoots Gedney. And a good attempt by Zanini there as he sprayed out for the interception attempt. Incomplete, 3rd down and 10. Minute 26 here to go in the second quarter.
Well, that ball certainly had some zip on it, but it was ahead. He's very fortunate that ball wasn't intercepted with the defender kind of diving. I thought he was going to get it, to be honest with you, but he didn't. So you got, 3rd down here. You're in 4-down territory here, so you don't have to get it all. Do a screen pass.
They're going to move White from the backfield to the slot here, so 5 receivers for Brown. He finds one of them. It's White inside the 15.
What a nice play.
And a first down for Portsmouth at the 12-yard line. Able to survive the big hit on the way to the ground. Meanwhile, a flag was just thrown well after the play along the near sideline here.
I don't think that's anything other than a personal foul, Nick. I don't know what you think, but to me, he's pointing at something over there. The question is who. This is a big play right here.
If it stands, it's a 16-yard pickup.
And it's especially big play if Portsmouth committed the foul, because it's going to take them with 1:19 left. It's going to make it that much more difficult. Did they pick it up?
I don't know if they picked up the flag and just issued a bench warning, I think, to Salem.
Okay, there you go.
I think is what happened.
Well, that could be a number of things. Could be coming out on the field too much after a warning.
Either way, the football at the 13-yard line. First down and 10. Handoff. Solar spins in the hole, keeps the legs moving. Inside the 10 before he's whistled down. Should be a 4-yard pickup.
Well, they're getting into a situation now, Nick, where 50 minutes and counting that.
Down to 45 seconds.
Yeah, they're going to go to the end zone.
Brown looking left, throws, touchdown.
Got it.
On a slant, the catch is made by Zach Hall, having a heck of a first half here on both ends for Portsmouth. As he pulls that one in, it's a 9-yard strike, and the Clippers are a point away from tying the football game with just 40 seconds to go before halftime.
There's another guy having a nice game, a nice half here, and that's Andy Brown. He managed that beautifully. I take you back 3 or 4 plays ago when he wanted to fire it down into double coverage, did not, threw it out of the bounds. Patience for all quarterbacks. Take a look at what he did there, because that's why he's in the end zone. Boy, he can fire a ball, and he put a strike right there.
Extra point to tie it up and good from Solar Sala. And what a game.
Don't let the emotions get the best of you if you're quarterback. You have to know how to manage so much is in a quarterback's hand to change a game. Well, you have to show that you're worthy of handling that. Andy Brown did on that drive right there, and he's got his team tied at 14 here with 40 seconds left, and he's a huge part of it with a great supporting cast here. That's a nice methodical drive down the field. They don't take as long, but that's by design. That's their offense. On the other side of the field with Salem, Nick, they're going to try to grab. I could be wrong, Nick. If they have 3.
It may have been Portsmouth. Either way, they've
I could be wrong, Nick. If they have 3.
It may have been Portsmouth. Either way, they've at least 2.
Yeah, but
so here we go. First and 10 from their own 40. Mason's going to start under center here with 2 backs in the backfield against what looks like a 5-man front for the Clippers.
That does show 2 timeouts left. So, Nick, apparently he had 3 timeouts left.
Yeah, so he's got all kinds of time to work with here. 15.5 seconds, so to speak, but Sailor straight enough to get themselves a home game here in the Division I preliminary round.
Absolutely.
14 all here, 6 seconds. Clippers forced to take a snap from their 1-yard line following the takeaway. So Brown set for the quarterback sneak. He stood up at the line of scrimmage. Forward progress is going to get him out maybe to the 3-yard line and bring us to halftime. What a fight.
Yes.
Back and forth through the first 24 minutes. Salem, they held leads of 7-0 and 14-7 each time the Clippers were able to respond. Coming up, full recap, stats, highlights, analysis, and a playoff tournament scoreboard to take a look at as well here on this busy November Friday night. Fun one to call here in Salem. We're at square one with a tie, 14 apiece. You are watching playoff coverage in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Maybe it's leaning too close to your home. Maybe it's not healthy. Or maybe you just don't like it there. No matter what the reason is, if you need tree work or pruning, call Accurate Tree Service. They have the right equipment and expertise to properly diagnose, treat, or remove trees, no matter how difficult the terrain. Perhaps simple, careful pruning by our certified arborist is all you need to manage your trees and shrubs. When it comes to your tree care, contact the full-service tree care experts today. Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right.
Are you a quarterback who is ready to take your game to the next level? Well, then it's time to join TKQB Academy. Founded by former UNH standout Trevor Knight, TKQB Academy has worked with student athletes from around New England, helping young quarterbacks to reach their full potential. TKQB Academy offers one-on-one and group sessions that will help you instantly improve your accuracy, timing, mechanics, and footwork. So be the best QB you can be at TKQB Academy. Call 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
We got a tie game in this preliminary round tournament game, 14-all. The Clippers and Blue Devils pretty equal across the board in that first half. As Salem got it off on the right foot. They forced the 3 and out to open the game, then embarked on a 95-yard drive. Capped off through the air. Van Mason and Jack Marconi, 25-yard score. But just over a minute later, Portsmouth got a big play. Quarterback Andy Brown took it to the house from 58 yards out. 7-7 after one. Salem right back to work. They chew up nearly 8 minutes on their second possession. They cap it off with a 1-yard touchdown run from Colin Salkovitz. And then Portsmouth, less than a minute to go before halftime, they get a touchdown pass of their own. Brown to Zach Hall from 9 yards out. Extra point good, and we are tied at 14. Salem, they did have a chance to reclaim the lead with inside of 10 seconds.
Yep.
But the sophomore Van Mason throws an interception, was picked off in the end zone by Cody Ballard. And 14-14 is where we are. The home team set to receive the kick.
Well, there's in a quarterback, developing quarterback, everything at every level gets faster. Youth level is a certain speed, then you have junior high, that's a speed, freshman, JV, varsity. And Van has done absolutely a superb job managing the game, except for that one thing. Everything else he's done has been terrific. But, what happens is you see it, and there's just a tendency to just release it. And that's kind of, just catching up with it and what's going on in the game and have that awareness. And one of the ways in which you do that is you talk to yourself before you as you come out of the huddle. If it's not there, throw it away. Not there, throw it away. No good, don't throw. And there's just no better way for a quarterback to learn than go through that experience like Steve Abraham to guide you through it and go through that and practice that over and over. So it's a big part of the game, but it's still 14-14. Everything's before both of these teams take it.
Mason, 2 completions in that first half, 37 yards. That included the touchdown pass. Also added 7 rushing yards on 2 carries. His top target, his only target, Jack Marconi. Both grabs for 37 yards. And again, had that 25-yard score. The bulk of the rushing yards for Salem has come from senior Jordan Zanini, who's already over the century mark unofficially, 102 yards on just 7 carries, had 2 rips of over 30 yards apiece in that first half. For Portsmouth, Andy Brown, the dual threat, showing you why. 4 completions, 32 passing yards and a touchdown, 5 carries, 65 yards and a touchdown. And Zach Hall with a good first half for Portsmouth. 3 catches, 29 yards, and the lone touchdown catch. He's also the high man defensively, unofficially, with 3 tackles. So Salem, Steve, set to get the ball coming up. What do we watch for? Give us some keys to the second half here with the game tied.
You got to shut down Andy Brown if you're Salem, Nick. This guy's ringing it up, but he's ringing up yardage at key times, and his passing has been overall, had a few misses, but overall this guy has got it done, and he's a factor, and he just seems to be running with a little more ease than I'd be comfortable with if I was a defensive coordinator. Salem, you got to go. That's halftime's a great time to make those adjustments. On the Portsmouth side, if you're Portsmouth, you've got to contain Zanini. You've got to have somebody, when he gets the ball, you've got to swarm to it. I'm not sure in some cases if it's stoppable if the blocking scheme gets him enough space, because he's just that lethal. I don't think I can think of anybody in the league this year that can literally reverse direction and defy gravity, if you will, and defy inertia like this guy can. He can just find openings, and he has a 6th sense. He already knows the crease he wants 2 steps before he even starts. He's got a great natural ability, but he's good head and his shoulders as far as the running game is concerned, and he follows his blocks and reads them very, very high level. So those are the 2 guys that I see can really, if Van Mason can continue doing, other than that one play we talked about, he's really managed a very, very good game. I expect Steve has full faith to keep the reins open for him. But those are the 2 players that I've seen here that are just, and there's others as well, don't get me wrong, they're great, but those 2 guys, Zanini and Andy Brown are got to be stopped defensively.
Speaking of Zanini, earlier this week, he was named one of the semifinalists for the Joe Ukika New Hampshire Chapter Player of the Year. One of 10 semifinalists, the only Blue Devil on the list. They're going to narrow that list down even further later in the month, and the winner will be announced on November the 27th. So congratulations to Jordan Zanini for being named, at least in the minds of the committee, one of the 10 best players in the state of New Hampshire. That's a pretty impressive list.
There's no question about it. And, there's a lot of deserving people, but they're only going to take that many for now. And I don't know how you argue with any of those choices, Nick. To me, they're pretty sound. But this year, there's just a lot of great football players across the board.
We're going to see two more of those semifinalists tomorrow as well when Bishop Girton plays host to Nashua North. BG led by quarterback Nate Bowen. He's a Ukika Player of the Year semifinalist, as is his favorite target, receiver Rocker Roy.
Yep.
That game tomorrow comes your way on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire at 1 o'clock. We are underway here. It's fielded on a short kick at the 30. Tackle made at the 35-yard line.
28.
Tristan Kimmel with another stop for Portsmouth.
Yep.
All right, so Salem, they scored 2 touchdowns on their first 2 possessions. Both were lengthy drives. And then nearly had a chance to add another in the final 40 seconds before halftime, but threw an interception in the closing seconds in the end zone. Bottom line, Salem was able to move that football consistently in the first half. From under center goes Mason. It's a 5-man front for Portsmouth. Snap taken, double handoff. Zanini trying to turn the corner on the far side, and does. Gedney trying to slow him down. Second effort gives him the first down. He's over the 10-yard line to the 49 after a gain of 14. Zanini's big night continues.
He's a monster, Nick, to stop. Watch this guy. Now the blocks are actually kicking out to the outside, and he still beats the blocks around the corner. And look at the balance. Just tremendous. Tremendous balance. Barry Sanders had great balance. I'm not saying he's Barry Sanders, but boy, he certainly excites the audience and excites everybody watching him from the Salem side. He excites me watching him.
Berg with the tackle in pursuit for Portsmouth, but again, not before Zanini's able to pick up the first down. So a 1st and 10 just shy of midfield, and this is Shikrala? No, it's Salkovitz.
Yep.
Follows his lead block across the 50, down to the Portsmouth 46 for a gain of 5.
A pretty even distribution between the other 3 running backs, Nick. They've done a great job mixing it up, but Salkovitz seems to be an inside favorite here to go inside the tackles, and 52 there on an absolute terrific block. Josiah Pabon. What a nice block, Josiah. That's how you get it done, and he followed right behind his hip and got almost 5.5 yards. Coach Abraham will take that.
Second down and 5 following the Salkovitz carry. His 7th of the night, 7 for 25 yards unofficially. Shikrala through the hole, first down as he squeaks down the sideline to the 31-yard line. Crowd wanted a flag, maybe a horse collar there, but the officials let it go. Either way, it's a big pickup there of 17 yards.
I think you're going to see he gets purely the shirt. He didn't have any hands inside the pads. We'll see for sure. Yeah, he grabbed the cuff of the shirt. That's totally up to the ref to make that call.
Flag is played well. Another tackle there for the inside linebacker as we get a look.
Yep.
Certainly close.
That could have gone either way, Nick, honestly.
Only one Portsmouth penalty in that first half. 1 for 15. Salem at 4 for 35. So all in all, Steve, just 5 total penalties tonight by Jeff Kleiner's
we got a shift
officiating
here.
crew.
Got a shift. Watch the inside block here from number 1.
Salkovitz, the wingback on the left. They run it right to Beaudry. Escapes one man. Absorbs a hit at the 25 and is technically tackled inbounds after a 6-yard pickup for the fullback, Jacob Beaudry.
All right, they move Salkovitz over to the left, and they use it as a blocking decoy, Nick, to try to think they're going to overpower that side, and Salkovitz runs to the right. Let's just see what happens. I'm sorry, who ran that ball? I was watching the left side. Now watch and see if they set up the same play and actually go with the flow, because
3 carries tonight for Beaudry, 28 yards.
Yep, they got him in the slot again, Nick.
Unofficially. Right now, the tailback is Shikrala. Mason under center, 4-man front for Portsmouth.
That's exactly what they did.
Shikrala bounces left side, is inside the 20 before he's escorted out of bounds, and that is close to a late hit.
Wow, that was a tackle way out of bounds, Nick. They didn't throw the flag, but I thought they were going to be honest with you.
The defender, Michael Gedney, really towing the line there, finishing the tackle.
So notice what they did.
Feet out of bounds.
They put Solkowicz on the left-hand side. They run it to the right, to the point Nick made a couple plays ago, and that's exactly what they did. They made the same slot position, and then they run with on the left long side, and Solkowicz gets a first down. But
6-yard pickup to the 19. Gedney is third stop tonight for Portsmouth. 3 minutes in, opening drive, third quarter. Salem looking to retake the lead. They're in the red zone at the Portsmouth 19.
Nice
it's a
pitch.
toss right side. Zanini around the corner at the 15, met at the 12, and gang tackled at about the 11-yard line.
he's so smart.
Met there by the safety, Sebastian Altamar.
He's such a smart runner. Nick, he gets it. He goes all the way outside. Now watch him just double hold the football. There's nothing there. He's got his yardage, and then he just goes right into it and goes right into the belly. I talk about this all the time. If there's nothing there, go into the belly and protect the football. Now watch. He goes outside, got him beat. 3 guys right there. Jerks and moves a little bit, and then he goes right into the belly, and he grabs another 2 yards. He's so smart.
8-yard pickup. Up the middle, Shikrala. He's got a first down. See where they mark him. Should be somewhere around the 6 or the 7. Either way, enough to set up a first and goal.
So this is vintage Abraham football right here. I call it Abra ball. It's the guy does it all the time. He goes outside, goes inside, fakes decoys. It's all about built-in deception and be attacking all different locations in the field so nobody on the defense can get comfortable. And this is how you play a running football. And they're really rolling here. This is where Van has got to take the mistake he made in the end of the first quarter, end of the second quarter.
Threw an interception in the end zone with 6 seconds to go before halftime.
Good defense right there.
Right side run. Solkowicz can't get to the edge.
Gain of about 1.
Again, Conklin involved on the stop. Also, Henry Dorley, the senior defensive end.
Okay, don't get nervous if you Salem. This is a setup play. Make everybody go that way. Now watch what happens. It wouldn't surprise me if you see a fake on the inside and then a wide jet pitch to the left-hand side here. They're on the right-hand hash mark. This is vintage Abraham football right here. He went to the right, just run into the pile, get everybody moving that direction, watch for the decoy.
Second and goal from the 6. Mason under center, a long count, takes the snap, handoff right side. Solkowicz trying to muscle down inside the 3-yard line. Going to stop him at about the 2.
I think that Coach Abraham thinks that he's got the power on the right side of that offensive line where he's going to get the push, and he's got two more opportunities to do it. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if he runs behind him again, but my guess is he in the game?
He's in the huddle.
He's in the game now. Everybody on the outside has got to honor him now. So what happens is it forces the linebackers to at least stay put, maybe even take a step outside. So if he runs Solkowicz inside, you'll understand why.
You see the football. It's just outside the 1-yard line. Third down and goal. We are marching towards the midway point of the third quarter.
Using your weapons.
Mason under center. Handoff, Solkowicz right side, and he plunges into the end zone for the touchdown. Another 1-yard score for the junior Colin Solkowicz. We have another lead change as Salem jumps out in front 20-14.
Well, again, the same philosophy. There's another piece of it. Build-in deception, attack all different parts of the field. However, if you've got a mismatch of blockers that have getting you yardage you need every single time, you keep going. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And he just pounded Solkowicz. 3 carries, if I'm not mistaken, Nick, through the hole, correct? Through the right hand, behind the right-hand guard. He had the surge there, and he just kept on going with it. That's a big 7 points right there, counting this one.
Extra point from Brian, up and good.
Nice drive.
He remains perfect. 21-17, Salem. Add another lengthy drive, Steve, to their resume tonight. That one nearly 6 minutes. And again, a 1-yard score for Solkowicz is his second touchdown of the
don't forget Zanini's work in the middle of the field, getting it down the field in big chunks and just demoralizing the defense. And this is a very good defense. folks watching Salem tonight don't think they're running over just an easy team. That defense of Portsmouth is an outstanding defense, and that speaks volumes. Salem's got an outstanding defense, and now you've watched Portsmouth been able to answer every single time. They're going to have an opportunity right here, and Andy Brown at the helm has done a terrific job with his supporting actors and that great offensive line they have there. And they've done it in short order, Nick. No long drives with them. It's been pretty quickly down the field. I think the longest drive was about 3 minutes and 50 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. So they get it done quickly. We'll see if they can do it here.
Steve, some other scores tonight. There's playoff games in Division 1. I know you were waiting at halftime. We'll give them to you now. South with a big lead over Londonderry, 31-7. That's a 4 versus 13 matchup, and it's looking like that
South rolling
may pay out. 31-7 South on top of the Lancers at halftime. Also, Steve, a big lead on the beach for Winnicott as they're up 20 at halftime over Exeter. 34 points from the Warriors in the first half. It's 34-14.
I thought that on those two games, Nick, I thought that Londonderry was going to be able to hang in there the first half. It's just South is on a roll.
Yep.
We saw it last week with these guys. They are something else. But Winnicott up by 20, you said?
34-14.
Yeah, not that Winnicott's in the lead. That doesn't surprise me, but at that kind of numbers, that does, because I thought, Exeter was kind of rolling forward there. So
that, of course, is the 8-9 game as well.
That's true. Yeah.
Bit of a surprise that it's a 20-point game at the break, but I would not count out the Blue Hawks.
No, I would never count
just
out
yet. We'll keep an eye on those scores and more, and update folks at the end of the game. Meanwhile, Portsmouth beginning the drive at their own 24-yard line, and refusing to go down is the Portsmouth running back, Kevin White. He goes up the sideline on second effort all the way to his own 48. That's a pickup of 20 and the longest run for Portsmouth tonight.
All right, we got 2.5 quarters under, Nick, and I'm just going to say it. The blocking, the outstanding work of these young men on the field, and the coaching that I got a little right
that's
there.
Final. I'm sorry. That's right. That was a 5 o'clock start between Exeter and Winnicott. That game is final. Winnicott, a winner tonight. They're going to take on Bedford next week after a 34-14 win over Exeter.
Coach Frank Orr, huh? Wow.
First down. Back up the middle, and I believe it's again White on another dive play, tackled at midfield. They'll give White 3 yards there.
Yep.
Nelson and Pabone in on the stop.
I started to say, Nick, the blocking on both of these teams are absolutely fantastic. These guys are actually, this is hat-to-hat stuff. Great cadence on both of these teams as far as getting off the football and having great tactical advantage, going in like a good wrestler would and getting into that low center of gravity and moving these guys on the hips.
Again, White calling the plays from the line of scrimmage. 4 receivers set, 2 each side. He's got White behind him. He may have just called an audible. Salem going to stick with that 4-man front. He's going to put a man in motion, take the snap, hand off White, right guard this time. He's met in the hole by Jury Nunez, who's going to bring him down eventually. After a gain of maybe 2. Pabone also in the area. And either way, it's a third down. Looks like 3rd and 3 coming up for Portsmouth. So 3rd down. And again, a chance for the Blue Devils to get a win here defensively. Twice in the first half, Portsmouth fell behind by a touchdown. Able to answer the bell. Can they do so here, trailing 21-14 as we tick down towards 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Brown, the senior quarterback, takes the snap. Hand off again. White spins away from trouble, and he's got a first down and then some. Inside the 35 and still alive at the 31 before he's finally brought down. That's a 16-yard carry and a first down.
Call it the 31, 1st and 10 Clippers.
Beaudry in on the tackle, but not before. Another big game for White, who's been the centerpiece of this drive. His 3rd carry already. Held somewhat under wraps in that first half. 17 yards on 5 attempts before the break, but already up to 40 yards on this drive on just 3 attempts. Meanwhile, the flag here is going to slow things down. It's an offsides against Salem. Somebody in the neutral zone up front. That is the 5th Blue Devil penalty tonight. And the first since halftime. First penalty either way in this third quarter. You can see Coach Abraham along the home sideline looking skyward in a bit of frustration. So a free 5 yards for Portsmouth. And it's a first down and 5 situation. Brown. Again, looking at that left wrist. That's where the play sheet is. They put Gedney in motion. They go back to White. This time a left side run. He's met in the hole by Nelson. And he's going to be stood up there. James Nelson, two-way starter. Defensive lineman, offensive tackle. And he's been active tonight, 3 or 4 tackles. That's number 4 by my count unofficially, which makes him the Salem leader in that department. 3-yard carry for White. And now a second down and 2. The playbook wide open here for Portsmouth as we move inside of 3 minutes to go in the frame. Same formation, 2 receivers each side against a 4-man front for Salem. They fake to Solar-Sala. They keep it with Brown. He goes around the corner to the far side, slips past one defender.
He's a terrific runner.
Jumps his way inside the 15 down to the 14. It's another Portsmouth first down.
You don't see it. He's got a little bit of that Josh Allen kind of physicality about him, Nick. When he runs the ball, he's just not a guy you want to line up and tackle by nature. You know, he runs heavy. He has kind of some breakout corner speed, and when he turns up the arc, he just runs just like Allen does. He's just a bull. And it's so hard when you've applied so many resources already to check down against the running backs, and then you got this big guy coming around the corner. It's a real asset, and Coach Paffert's using it well.
Zanini makes the tackle out of the secondary, but not before a 10-yard first down run for Brown, who's been Portsmouth's leading rusher tonight with 75 yards. Here's Solar-Sala on a right side run. And speaking of bulls, he refuses to go down. Grinds his way down to about the 12-yard line, turned what may have been a loss into a 2-yard gain before he stopped in the hole by, well, a number of Salem Blue Devils. Solar-Sala, only 2 carries in that first half for 4 yards. Did put the football on the ground, that I'm sure didn't sit well with Coach Pafford. Didn't carry the ball after that.
No.
Until just now.
But this is a solid drive, Nick, that's eating up the whole second half of the back half here of the third quarter. And that third quarter is so key to stay in the game.
Salem came out of the half with a 5-minute plus drive that ended in 6. And this is the response here for Salem. Current drive over 4 minutes. And you're right here, a flag before the snap. It's a false start against the Clippers. That is only the second Portsmouth penalty tonight. They had a defensive pass interference called against them in the first half, but that's been it. Coach Pafford's Clippers have played pretty disciplined football tonight, but that one hurts a bit. Second down and 12 following the false start. Out of the pistol, it's Brown. Fakes the handoff, throws left. Catch made by Gedney. He's inside the 5. He's inside the end zone.
Unreal.
For the touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown pass from Andy Brown, his second of the night. Gedney's first catch results in 6, and Portsmouth, once again, is an extra point away from tying the game. 21-20 here inside the final minute, third quarter.
Nick, just heavy, powerful running, good up front blocking here. Look at this. That's just a great bubble out there onto the left side, and that's just good, hard running, and he knows where the end zone is, and he just keeps on carrying runners in. This is a very good football game if you're interested in watching 2 different offensive styles, but just shows that execution and talent can get it done.
Extra point up and good, and we are once again tied for the third time tonight. This time the score is 21-all with 49 seconds to go in the third quarter. Brown, 2 touchdown passes tonight, 1 touchdown on the ground. He had a 58-yard scramble run that resulted in 6 back in the first quarter. Finds a man from 9 yards out in the second quarter. This touchdown strike comes unofficially from 14 yards out.
Yeah, we got almost 3 quarters done here, and I just like to call it out, Nick. When you kind of we take for granted these guys in the stripes here, Nick, and, there isn't any call that you could say was, there was some really tough calls to make right on the border, and I thought they communicated well, and this game is being officiated extremely well, and it just goes to the head official and his whole crew here doing a great job, and both teams, have just entertained us extremely well with their offense and defense and special teams on the field. So we kind of knew this would be a good one, and certainly the fourth quarter is about ready to go here.
Another penalty, though, before we get there. It comes on the kick as that ball flew out of bounds. The marker is down at the 18-yard line. So I'd imagine Coach Abraham just going to accept this.
I think he will.
He has the option to re-kick.
Salem band's been keeping things light tonight and exciting. Look at the crowd here. It's standing room only. The down by the fence is 2 or 3 deep on both sides.
Yeah, really
great crowd.
Shoulder to shoulder in the stands in front of us here.
Yep.
And the parking lot was bumper to bumper before the game as well. So well attended, we expect no less.
Yep.
Every time we come here to Grant Field.
And it's a fun place to go call a game, and it's a fun place to come watch a game because the viewing here is just terrific if you're in the stands. So,
and of course, these two opponents did not play during the regular season, but they have played in big games in the past.
They sure have.
In fact, they met for a state championship, Steve, back in 1981, and again in a playoff game in 1987. Those fun facts provided by our friends over at Salem
Ben
TV.
Campbell and his dad, they are just terrific human beings, and they help us out with the stats all the time because they are following Salem every week. They're just terrific people, and we appreciate the partnership of bringing the game together to different groups with them.
Meanwhile, on the re-kick, as Coach Abraham elected for a deeper re-kick, and he gets pretty good field position out of it. One of his up men, Ryan Bryant, showing you the good hands there, able to secure it and set up the offense here, 1st and 10 at the Blue Devil 42.
Locked up at 21-21. Hey, talk about venues. We love to come here. We also love to go to Coach Pafford's home field there in Portsmouth. What a wonderful place. Great games we've been able to call there. These are just the two great programs, great school systems, and they're putting on a show for us today.
Of course, the winner goes on to the quarterfinals where they will face number 2 seed Manchester Memorial. Zalkovich swimming up shore here along the near sidelines. He's over the 45 to the 46. 4-yard pickup.
Well, heck of a play there by number 28, Tristan Kimmel, again going in and setting the edge. Watch how he battles for the outside edge. Look at that. And he turns the run inside, and then 44 can come in and make the tackle there. Anthony Flagg. What a nice job on defense. So many numbers and players checking in there.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's been a lot of Portsmouth gang tackles tonight. So if I'm not shouting out the names in time, please forgive me. But Nash Conklin has been involved along with Kimmel, Flagg, etc. tonight. See another gang tackle here on the right side run. Shikrala met in the hole there by Kimmel once again. He's got a handful by my count tonight. And now a 3rd down coming up here, Steve. 3rd and 5. This is a big down. We'll see if Salem snaps the football before the end of the third quarter.
You said it, Nick. This is a big play in the game. You got 21-21. Portsmouth's been playing catch-up the whole game, rebounding 3 different times to tie the score. But now, instead of just Salem Blue Devils cruising down the field on offense, they're staring down at a 3rd. And what do you got? 5? And this, so you cannot say this is a momentum changer potentially if they can get a stop.
So the plot thickens as we head to the 4th quarter. Only 12 minutes remaining in regulation. One of these teams is moving on, and one of these teams is going home. Who will it be? We find out next. You are watching playoff football in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
We've got a 21-21 affair here as we move to the fourth quarter. Preliminary round action in Division I. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals on the scene here at Grant Field in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Portsmouth, their defense is going to get a big win on 3rd down and 5 as they tackle Zanini in the backfield. It's a loss of 2. Conklin and company celebrate, and a likely punt on the way here. Not a loss of 2, a loss of 7. I apologize there on a toss gone wrong. As you see, Balud in there as well on the stop. Big win there for the Clippers.
I said one of the keys in the second half is going to be containing and over-assetting, using your assets in a heavy way against Zanini. Is it risky? Yes. Coach Pafford, I wouldn't play cards against him. He's not afraid to take the risk and go after the guy that they believe is going to hurt them. And they won the battle right there, and he made a great decision. There was 7 players basically following Zanini as soon as the handoff happened, and that's what. And look at now, they got the ball back, and this is the first opportunity, Nick, for them to change the paradigm of this game and take a lead.
Yeah, they've trailed or were tied throughout points of the night, but have not played out ahead. They've got a chance to do that here with about a minute gone by in the fourth quarter. We saw a 24-yard punt there from Salem senior Ryan Bryant, no return. So Portsmouth 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Now you see everybody on the offense checking the cheat sheet along the wrist.
Yeah, they're right now they got the momentum, but don't underestimate Salem's defense, Nick. They can come up big as well.
Andy Brown has been big in his own right tonight. 2 touchdown tosses and a rushing score to his credit. The senior in the pistol here on 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff to White. Rolls to his left. Thought about throwing it. Instead tucks and run. Bounces off one man. Is over the 40. Still alive along the sideline and into Salem territory. All the way down to the Blue Devil, 35-yard line? That's another big gain of 30 for Andy Brown.
Well, I said right in the outset, Nick, you asked me what's the key here. You got to stop Brown if you're Salem. You got to stop Zanini if you're Portsmouth. Portsmouth stops Zanini on the big couple plays right there, and there's Brown takes it first shot, and he goes down, 20-some-odd yards. They're going to have to stop this big fella.
Pick up a 30. Meanwhile, this one is intercepted off the deflection. Zanini with the pick, and he's going to return across midfield. Down the near sideline, spins down to the 25-yard line. An interception for Jordan Zanini.
What a game.
It comes off the deflection up in the air right to the senior, and he was off to the races.
What a game we've got. So Zanini struggles. The whole team goes after him defensively to shut him down behind the line of scrimmage. He says, nothing doing here. First chance I get on defense, I'm going to come get you. And that's exactly what he did. Wow, these are just 2 great football teams. This is playoff football right here.
You see the intended target was Ballard. That ball came in hot, went in and out of the junior's hands, up into the air, and Zanini has the first takeaway tonight for Salem. Now 1 turnover for each team. The game stays tied at 21, just over a minute gone by, fourth quarter. Salem back to work in Clipper territory, but nothing going here on first down as Kimmel again comes down from the second level to make his 6th tackle tonight.
Yeah.
Limiting Salkovich to no gain.
Kimmel's been all over the place tonight, Nick. And when he's not making the tackle, he's taking on blockers left and right here, opening up green space for his defenders to finish the job. This guy deserves it. If you want to track him on film, on replay, watch him every play. You'll see what an impact that he's had in this game, and he's still got a quarter to go.
Now on second down and 10, Mason is still under center. Going to take the rollout approach this time to his right. Looking, tucking and running. He's along the sideline, and he's got a first down.
That's
all the way down into the Clipper red zone. Steps out just shy of the 15-yard line.
So Van Mason, the young sophomore, is going to get a little of his running game in there.
Right.
He's not Josh Allen, but I got to tell you, he's a little Drakey May-like in the sense that he uses that speed. Watch him. He slows down, then he kicks out, then he cuts upfield, and he gets it done.
All in all, a 16-yard pickup.
Not a power runner, but he's nifty because he did a great job, Nick, of keeping that ball up above his shoulders, ready in the pass position. They had to honor that, and then he turns upfield. Nice run by him. Good protection of the football.
Just his third rushing attempt tonight, but it goes for 16 yards. Now a quick hitter on 1st and 10. I think that's the fullback Beaudry in the middle of that pile.
Look at him, still
going!
going!
And he's out into the end zone for a touchdown. Jacob Beaudry never gave up on the play and somehow Houdini-like escaped and gets into the end zone. Salem is back in front, 27-21.
Well, if you ever want a YouTube education commercial on moving your feet as a running back, you're going to see it right here. Watch the big fella. He takes it inside. He keeps moving his feet. He does not give up. Look at the feet moving. And then all of a sudden, the white jerseys leave an opening there, and he goes into the end zone. And the officials are watching that very careful. Made sure he was getting continued progress, and he did that by moving those feet. That's textbook running by him.
Extra point up and good from Bryant. He's been perfect tonight now, 4 for 4.
This game is, you just never know here.
The turnover bug bites Portsmouth, and Salem takes advantage of the short field. It's a 13-yard touchdown run for Jacob Beaudry that puts Salem back in front 20.
Very early in the game, Nick, you talked about Zanini not just being an offensive player. You were talking about his defensive capability as well, and that has come to fruition here because he was in the right play. That's exactly where he should be as a safety, is in that position, and the ball gets tipped and then comes down around with 35-yard line, and then Van Mason has a nice run to the right-hand side, couple other strong runs, and then just textbook running into the end zone. I think that was what, Nick, from the 8-yard line or something, 7-yard line?
13-yard touchdown.
13, yeah, excuse me.
For Beaudry.
Yeah.
You see there,
wow,
just mayhem. Beaudry never gives up. The officials never blow the whistle. Portsmouth never secures the tackle. And the senior ends up in the end zone for the first time tonight.
Yeah. Number 17 is not, he deserves that touchdown, Nick, in the end zone, because what he's done blocking this game has been phenomenal for the Blue Devils. He's been kicking out, he's been crashing down, he's been coming through and lead blocking and holding and sustaining his blocks. Just hard work pays off, and eventually.
Oh, also he's got 3 tackles on defense.
And he's got 3 tackles on defense. So
doing a little bit of everything, including putting Salem back in front here in the fourth quarter. Now the Clippers on the return.
Watch out here.
Yeah, a little bit of speed across the 40, up to the 45, and finally at midfield before it's all said and done. Boy, I think that's trying to get the number on the return. It may have been, I thought it was white, but
yeah,
hard to tell.
He's got a little Rocky Balboa, Apollo Creed attitudes on both sides of these fields, Nick. You almost get the feeling the last guy that's standing is going to win this game. That nobody's given up, nobody's intimidated by each other. This is just slam bam football with a lot of talent and a lot of creativity right in the middle of it. And we're seeing if you're not entertained by this, you don't like high school football.
Brown on first down on a right side run.
Block.
Does get the corner. Steps out of bounds somewhere in the vicinity of the Salem 45-yard line.
Well, if you want to see selfless football, watch number 8 here, Van Gruner. Watch this block inside. Look extends himself completely to give him a little extra 4 or 5 yards here.
Ends up with 9 in the end to set up 2nd down and 1.
Everybody, to your point, Nick, is checking. There's a lot of on-the-fly play calls coming in here with that neon sign there flashing in the plays. It's really helping them get the plays on quickly. Andy Brown, what a man at game management he's done.
Brown over 100 yards rushing unofficially. Hand off to Gedney on a sweep. Does get the corner and does get the Portsmouth first down. Out of bounds at about the 39 after a 3-yard gain.
Nice run, good blocking. Nice little wall there for him to run around. You're going to see it right here. Watch the wall that they create for him. And they've got the edge. Good back block by number 1. And hands up. I didn't do anything. And he helped get his team a first down.
3 minutes gone by, fourth quarter. The Clippers have trailed at 4 different times tonight. 7-0, 14-7, 21-14, and here, 28-21. Four-man front for Salem. They bring an extra man off the edge. White goes into the teeth of the defense. Spins in the hole, trying to shake loose of Salkovitz.
Grab
who eventually
anything you can.
wrestles him down at about the 37-yard line after a 3-yard gain for Kevin White.
Good thing Salkovitz holds on here, Nick, because I saw a lot of running room there if he doesn't make that tackle initially. And everybody's holding on for dear life. Now watch this right here. He completely slows him down. Number 7 was there, but if he cuts inside, there was a lot of running room there.
2nd down and 6. Guess they gave White 4 on that pickup. Brown in trouble, but escapes to his left, tiptoes down to the 30, and is stopped short of the first down stick. About a yard shy. It should be 3rd down and 1.
Rack up another tackle for Mr. Zanini. He is everywhere. He made that tackle from safety. Yeah. He's like a laser beam coming in. He shoots vectors, and he gets there so quickly, and he still makes the tackle right at impact against a guy twice his size. What a player.
Of course, has the big interception to his credit tonight. He's also over 100 yards rushing on offense. Just over 4 minutes gone by, fourth quarter. Big 3rd and 1 for Portsmouth. Handoff up the middle. It's White. He's met in the hole, but he's got it.
He's got it, yep.
Stop shy of the 29-yard line. He needed 1. They give him 2. And a fresh set of downs coming for Portsmouth.
Well,
White has been the bell cow tonight. As we see the replay, the young sophomore Josiah Pabone with the tackle.
Yep. But not before he lowers the boom and was able to get that forward motion he needed to get a first down. These are hard-fought yards, Nick. This is the longest drive that I think Portsmouth has had, or close to it so far.
Snap. Blitz. Quick
nice
throw.
out
White
pass.
in the flat. Out of bounds inside the 25.
And
a
flag on the sideline.
Yep. May have been a late hit. We've seen players on both teams really toe that line very tightly tonight. They've just crossed the line there as the officials throw the flag late.
Both of these teams are playing so well tonight, Nick. You're going to miss the team that doesn't make it because this is playoff football, what we're watching right now. We're watching teams that were prepared by their coaching staffs, buy-in from the players, great teams that are very well supported by their fan base and their communities, and they're just going at it, and they're showing quality high school football from the start of this game on. Don't know what that was, Nick. Did you see the call?
1st and 10 for the Clippers.
I couldn't tell.
I think it was a late hit, so
Late
it's
hit.
half the distance,
All right.
I believe. Football at the 12-yard line may have occurred at the 24, so a 12-yard penalty is my guess against Salem. All right, on 1st and 10 from just outside the 10, it's back to Kevin White, and he's stopped by Pabone shortly after crossing the line of scrimmage. They're going to mark him, I think, at the 9-yard line. 2-yard gain for White. The 2nd down coming. Meanwhile, Pabone starting to rack up tackles for Salem. 5 minutes in, fourth quarter, that clock ticking. Preliminary round action. Quarterfinals are next weekend. The winner gets Memorial in Manchester.
Coach Pafford really calling a very, very good offensive sequence here. He's done it all game.
2nd and 8, man in motion. It's a sweep. It's Van Gruner on his first carry.
He's close.
He's inside the 5, marked down out of bounds at about the 3.
I think it's going to be closer to the 1, Nick.
Yeah, you're right. That football just outside the 1-yard line.
Great lead blocking. Watch the lead blocking right here out ahead. There it is right there, number 1 from Kevin White. Boy, he is running the ball. He's blocking. These are multi-dimensional football players.
Sure is.
Very unselfish.
Meanwhile,
this is about team mission.
We got a timeout on the field here midway through this fourth quarter. Our broadcast brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in Bedford, Londonderry, and Epping. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By TK QB Academy, be the best QB that you can be. Call Trevor Knight at 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. By Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right. For a free estimate, visit accuratetree.com. And also by Jewett Construction, building relationships on and off the field since 1972, and a proud sponsor once again, along with the NHIAA, of a trade school scholarship. To learn more about that scholarship opportunity, visit their website at jewettconstruction.com. Nick and Astis, Steve Beals with you in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. You see the football there.
John Barron down there.
Just outside the 1 yard line. Portsmouth knocking on the door. Fresh set of downs. Salem hoping to preserve the lead. They run it right side with Brown. He's into the end zone for a touchdown.
That's what happens when you got a big, rugged, tall, strong as an ox quarterback that has the extension like that. He was tackled, Nick. Started the tackle, second, 2 yards on the 2 yard line. Watch him. And then he just bulls his way through and uses that strength.
Slipped through the grasp of Caden Alsup.
And what did you expect? Field goal here, ties it up at 28 if they can get it. Boy, is this a big point, huh?
So LaSala has been perfect, 3 for 3 on extra point tries so far. This one, though, the biggest attempt of the night. Trying to tie the game with 6:34 to go. Snap, hold, kick, up, and good.
Boy, he's got a good leg.
28 apiece. As Portsmouth takes advantage of a good kick return there. They get a penalty against Salem. And Brown brings them home with his second rushing touchdown tonight. Had a 58-yard long run for a score in the first quarter. Gets a 1 yard touchdown in the fourth quarter. So 28-28, what a game. 4 different lead changes, 4 different ties. Now, 6:34 to go. The home team, Salem, set to get the football. Portsmouth hoping to become the first road team to get a win tonight. Earlier, it was Winnicott over Exeter in the 8-9 matchup. The Warriors will face Bedford, the top seed in the quarters. And, of course, at last look, it was halftime in Nashua, with South had a big lead over Londonderry. Tomorrow, 2 playoff games come your way. Concord at Wyndham, and we will be at Stello Stadium in Nashua for Nashua North and BG. That's a 1 o'clock kick.
Boy, he can kick the ball, can he? Wow.
This one rockets out of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's think about that kick there, Nick, for a second, and wonder if this game could come down to a long kick. Very well could. And when you've got, if you look at that kick right there, wow, you could probably 39-yard line, 34-yard line, 35. I think he's within distance.
Both teams.
Good kickers.
Yep. 2 of the state's best, perhaps.
Well, if you want,
be called upon.
You got 2 coaches that are calling in offensive plays and leading their football teams and their staffs. No issue here this past week getting these guys ready for this football. Both of these programs have got their players game plan and the players themselves ready to go here, and everybody's benefiting from a terrific game.
So Salem will begin the drive at their own 20-yard line. That's their worst starting field position of the second half. Play action.
He's got him.
Down the field. Zanini comes back to make the catch. Couldn't keep his balance, but kept his eye on the ball and brings it in at the 43-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup and a first down.
Yeah, Van, a little short. I mean, Van would like to have this back, but not a bad throw just the same. And Zanini, little acrobatic catch there. He holds it on. And already out to the 44-yard line. This just is who's going to score last, Nick. It almost feels like.
Hard to believe, but that's Zanini's first catch tonight. Again, he's been a rushing monster with well over 100 yards on the ground, but his first one hauled in through the air. It's a good one, a 23-yard pickup.
He can do it all.
Meanwhile, a 4-man front for Portsmouth on 1st and 10, and he slips. That's the ball carrier. Shakrala slipped about a yard in the backfield. Knee went down automatically, a loss of 1.
Loads of people watching tonight. For those who are new with us or haven't subscribed, go to FNLNH Media, FNLNH Media on YouTube, and become a subscriber. We love our subscribers. We hope to continue to grow the channel. And then hit that bell icon, and all you're going to know is when we go live with a broadcast. We don't throw junk mail out. Don't bother you. So join us. Subscribe FNLNH Media and hit that bell icon.
First down turns into 2nd and 11. Receiver each way. 2 backs behind Mason under center. Double handoff. Left side run. Zanini spins at the line of scrimmage and is taken down. That's a good tackle by Andrew Craig.
You aren't kidding, Nick.
The senior outside linebacker limits Zanini to just a 3-yard pickup.
You're going to see here most running backs, it's going to be a 4-yard loss, and Zanini makes it a 4-yard gain. He's just a very, very unique asset to use, and watch him. You're going to see a better look here. He just beats people. Look at that. He beats it outside, and that's that extra 4 or 5 yards right there by being able to evade the open field tackle there. He's so terrific.
Over 130 rushing yards tonight for Zanini unofficially. Meanwhile, big play, 3rd and 7 inside of 5 minutes. Mason rolls out right side. The sophomore tuck and run across midfield, and he's got the first down. Needed to get all the way to the Clipper 46, ushered out of bounds at the 44. Big-time 9-yard gain there for the QB.
And this is a big-time sophomore coming of age here. Coaches have done a terrific job with him, but he's dialed in. Makes a mistake, a lot of guys will wilt. That shows you his mental toughness. He's able to come out in the second half and manage this game so far with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Run it like a top. You got to overcome adversity, and he's doing it.
So he converts on 3rd and 7, first down and 10 now for Salem from the Portsmouth 44, and this is Shikrala. Going to spin again and bring Craig with him down inside the 35-yard line.
Short, a little short.
I'm going to say 2nd down and 1 after the 9-yard gain there by the junior Shikrala.
Boy,
clock ticking down to 4 minutes here. Coach Abraham, I'd imagine, Steve, looking to maximize that play clock from here on out.
Yeah, it's that's their game. I mean, a time of possession. Salem's winning record when they have a 65% above time of possession. Take a look at their record versus the other side of that coin.
I wouldn't be surprised if we found that in the Salem TV stat pack.
Yep.
Either.
I wouldn't. That is the most thorough stat pack, Nick, I think I've ever looked at.
2nd and short. It's fullback time as Beaudry rumbles down to about the 25-yard line for a first down.
You'd know better. You've looked at a lot more of those than I have, Nick, but that's pretty comprehensive.
Absolutely.
I go home and read it. It's you gotta go through a whole cup of coffee before you get through that thing. And these two guys, that father and son team and Salem team, they are just terrific guys. And
another 11-yard pickup for Beaudry.
We see him at home here. We see him on the road. Nice people.
All right, a 1st and 10 from the 25. Tick, tick, tick. Coming down to 3 minutes here, 4th quarter. Game still tied at 28. Mason under center. Tight end left side. They run it right. It's Beaudry. Trying to pick his spots.
Oh, nice arm.
Stiff arm on Balud, out of bounds at about the 19.
Whoa!
And a big hit late.
That's contact for a long time, but I don't think they're going to throw it. And the reason they're not going to throw it, nobody got thrown down. It's just hands on hands here, or hands on shirts, and then he, tripped over the edge. Call a penalty in this stage of the game, Nick, when it really matters. Right there. He wants it. I understand it, but
not going to get it.
Experienced officials make sure that.
Yeah, it looked like the momentum, and then you have the chain gang over there as well. Just a little bit of chaos, but that flag not thrown here. You can see Coach Abraham.
I fight worse traffic on that on Route 3 coming north sometimes, Nick. So
2nd down and 4 here. Left side run. Shikrala gets through the hole. He's inside the 15.
He's got it.
And he should have it. Yes, he does. First down.
Well, Nick, you hit it right on the nail a minute or two ago that Coach Abraham wants. 2:47 left. He's perfectly fine. You got to get it in the end zone, no question. You don't miss an opportunity. However, when you got a first down here, burn that clock down. At least make Coach Pafford use his timeouts, because you want the efficiency in which Portsmouth can score. 2:30 has been enough to get it done. So
both teams with 3 timeouts still remaining.
I thought
Football at the 15. We had an official stoppage earlier.
That was an official. Okay,
yes.
I thought it was Salem. Sorry.
Meanwhile, it's a dive for Beaudry again. And this time the whole snap shut after only a yard gain for Beaudry. And now Portsmouth will call their first timeout, Steve, as you predicted, with 2:14 to go. The football is where? At about the 13-yard line. Been a heck of a game tonight. We'll have a full recap coming up in our post-game coverage, but the bottom line is it's been back and forth. Salem has held leads in all 4 quarters. Every time Portsmouth has come back to answer the call. And right now is
rain's coming a little hotter out there.
We're trying to get this one in before it really starts to open up. We were hoping to avoid it altogether at the beginning of the game, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. So Salem facing a 2nd down and 8. The football is at the 13-yard line. There's 2:14 to go.
We really want to thank our camera crew out there. I know you recognize them at the end of the game, Nick, but these camera crew upstairs and on the end zones here with Matt and John and Kristen have done a fabulous job tonight. And bearing the storm outside there and just getting us some great. You see the rain right there from John's camera.
All right, out of the timeout. Salem looking to extend the season with a win. It would also be their 5th straight victory. Whoever wins goes to the quarterfinals where they will face number 2 seed Manchester Memorial. 2nd down and 8. Van Mason on the rollout. Squares, shimmies, goes back to his right.
He's got him.
Catch made.
Wow.
And the knee was down inside the 5-yard line. Salkovich with the catch. They say he was down at the 4-yard line.
How many sophomores do you know that play quarterback and do that, Nick, at a time like this? What a terrific transformation. And as we said many times here, had a really bad throw there in the end of the first half. So many, weaker players from a mindset would not be able to get over that. This guy is solid rock here. And look at that play as he changes. Look at this. Change direction. He knows he's going to get beat. He knows he's going to get tackled, and he gets rid of it. He's looking downfield right to the very end, extends the play.
And you see the left knee down after the catch.
Good call
by Salkovich. They spot him at the 40-yard line. Gedney did tack him on the shoulder there on the way by. Gets the tackle. So timeout Portsmouth. Minute 51 remaining. Clippers use their 2nd timeout here, so 1 remaining. What a ball game.
What a ball game. We've said it multiple times here.
It sure has. We've been spoiled
Blessed.
this year. Really all season long with one dramatic game after another, but this one is going to be hard to beat.
You said it. Absolutely. Again, we've talked on Gridiron for the last month. We've talked about, that Portsmouth is kind of that wild card type team that can just, and regardless of what this game is far from over, this is a long 151 we got to go. Remember, folks, the game is tied, so they have to score to stop this thing from going to OT.
Right.
Be very interesting to see if Coach Abraham just keeps pounding up the middle to burn more time off. He's got a 1st down. He's got some downs here to play. Quick hit to the line. Remember, folks, it's slippery out there with that rain, so anything can happen.
Under center is Mason. The football is at the 4-yard line. Handoff, Shikrala hit at the line of scrimmage, keeps going forward.
They
and
said no.
Is stopped just shy of the goal line, so
let's take a look at this.
Spot the football just outside the goal line after a 3-yard carry.
Let's take a look at this and see what happened. I thought he was in, but again, slow it down there. We'll see what happens. There's that.
Hit initially. And
he's down. What a great call by the official.
That right knee was down.
What a great call.
Tackle given to Craig.
You'll see it here.
Who saves the touchdown there with the stop.
Yeah, he's down before he gets in.
And you can see the Portsmouth defensive lineman Ryan Miller undercut there. The senior landing hard.
Great work.
Meanwhile, Portsmouth just
Who's
called
that
their
out there?
final timeout.
Somebody's down. Hope he's okay.
Oh, so maybe it's an official timeout here?
Yeah.
That was the man who made the tackle, Craig, trying to shake off a bit of a stinger, it looks like. He's on his own feet. He's okay. He's in the Portsmouth huddle.
Nick, just to go over the time.
There's also, hold on, Steve. You're right. I'm just seeing now who that player is. It may have been the aforementioned defensive lineman Ryan Miller, who again got kind of undercut at the end of that play and landed hard.
He's going to get up, though. That's good to see.
Yeah, it is Miller, and he is back on his feet.
And he is putting weight on it. That's a good sign. Boy, he's worked hard this game, Nick. All these guys in the trenches.
Big part of that big class of 2026, that senior class for Portsmouth. Hoping this isn't the end of the road, but the Clippers have their backs to the wall now with 98 seconds to go.
Yeah, it's still tied, but Salem Blue Devils are on the 1-yard line, folks, if you've just joined us.
By the way, because it was a Portsmouth player that was injured and we're inside of 2 minutes,
get a timeout.
That's a charged timeout for the Clippers, so now they are out of timeouts.
Yeah, that's what I was pointing out when I was looking at the scoreboard. They were down to 1, and I was going to bring that up. If this injury is in fact a Clipper, I thought it was when I looked out there. It looked like a white jersey, so that's that makes it much more of an inclined uphill battle here to come back.
Knock, knock, knock. Salem looking for the lead at the 1-yard line. It's Mason straight ahead for the touchdown. Salem, for the 5th time tonight, take the lead, 34-28 with just 1:35 remaining.
Yeah, always been a big advocate of a running game, Nick, in high school football, and especially at the 40-whatever parallel here, because when the weather starts getting nasty, you got to have a running game. Both of these teams within the mist tonight, though, have done a good job passing the football as well, and it's been a threat the whole game.
Yeah.
So here's the extra point. That's a big score by Salem.
Bryant trying to stretch the lead to 7. He's 4 for 4 tonight. That's a high snap, but a good hold and a good kick. 35-28. So the emphasis is back on the visitors. Portsmouth, the number 10 seed in the tournament. 28 points scored already tonight on the road, but their fans asking for just one more here with 95 seconds to go. They're going to have to do it without any timeouts.
I don't know what this game, as far as conventional football, did not have in it, Nick. It's had a little bit of everything, and what I've seen is broad-based talent on these teams, and I've seen players that have been taught the true skills of football individually and then collectively as a team, following each play's mission on the field, and everybody's been a part of it on both sides of this game, and that's what it takes to get good quality football. And I know we keep talking about it, but we've seen it all game between both of these teams. Coach Pafford and Coach Abraham have had game plans coming to tonight that were ironclad and well designed to the strengths and talents of their players, and their players have responded. That's what I see.
Yeah. All right. 1:35 remaining. Clippers with White and Gedney back deep at about the 11-yard line. There's the kicker, Ryan Bryant, asking for a hold here. Again, the turf field is turned slick. A little bit of rain coming down and a bit of a breeze as well. This one is a squib kick. And slipping before picking up the football is the return man, and he's in trouble. Nowhere to go for Van Gruner. And ultimately, it's the gang in blue that bring him down at about the 10-yard line.
Well, momentum is a powerful force in sports, Nick. And what you've got there is one team right now playing downhill, and they're going after this game to finish it. And that is an unfortunate slip there. But look at the surge coming down the field. There was containment. There was center drive.
And there was Wyatt Goldman, who made the tackle, the senior.
Ooh, nice ad there, Nick. I like that. I like that.
You threw it up.
I ran out of things to say. It's shocking to some, and you just came in and nailed it. Thank you.
All right, we've got a 1st and 10 here. No surprise, a spread, 4 receivers set, 3 to the left. And with time on first down, found his man, but it's incomplete. That slick football getting away from the receiver, Van Gruner, at 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he would have been up around the 30-yard line, just inside the 30-yard line, Nick, and he would have run right out of bounds and stopped the clock at 1:22. That would have been a big chunk of yardage making up for that rough kickoff return and kind of put them in a situation with 1:22 left. They can play with these lines. Andy Brown's got a strong arm. He can hit those outside patterns.
Brown on second down. Pump fake. Looking, throwing, far sideline. Catch made near the stick.
All right.
And that should be a first down. Reception there by Zach Hall. He had 3 grabs in the first half, his first since halftime. Goes for 10 yards.
Nick, you can always tell a happy band when they're playing. And that's a happy band music right there. They're feeling it, but don't go away. This is Portsmouth Clippers here.
Minute 13 on 1st and 10. To his right, Brown looks for the near sideline this time. White, did he catch it or was he out of bounds?
They're going to give it to him, I think. Yeah, they're going to. No, they're not going to give it to him. Okay. Yeah. It looked to me like he was out of bounds, but the way the officials are walking down there, I thought they were going to mark it there. There was official. No, that's out of bounds. Yep.
Close. Good effort by White.
Great effort.
But incomplete.
Yeah, that was a coverage play there, Nick. Everything downfield was well covered by Salem, and Andy Brown could not throw the ball downfield. He wanted to, but he chose the out pattern. Just waited a split second too long.
Second down and 10. Football at the 25 of Portsmouth. Minute 5 remaining. Brown under pressure. Hit, escapes, throws over the middle. Gedney the catch, first down.
They got to run.
And he dives up to the 45-yard line.
Look at the discipline
there of 14.
Look at the discipline on Portsmouth. They're already up to their line. They're in their formation. They're ready to go. They're just waiting. Wow. That's good work right there.
And now a spike on 1st and 10. Portsmouth out of timeouts. They'll stop the clock with the incompletion with 50 seconds to go.
Yeah, what they're looking to do is get inside the 30-yard line, Nick, where they can throw them into the end zone and or at least maybe get something underneath an open space that hopefully they can outrun the defense into the end zone. But with 50 seconds left and no timeouts, you got to give them credit. They're almost to midfield already.
They're going to have to do it the rest of the way without Micah Gedney. You see the receiver there helped off the field by his teammates.
Yep.
So we'll keep an eye on that. Gedney tonight, 2 grabs for 28 yards.
These teams are that close. They're just that close as far as parity is concerned.
Salem 6-3 record, the number 7 seed in the tournament. Portsmouth was 4-4 during the regular season. Good enough for 10th. Meanwhile, a flag here.
We got a flag.
But remember, this is one of the things you
delay a game against Portsmouth.
Yeah. One of the things about Portsmouth, Nick, though, is they beat Winnicott. You don't beat Winnicott if you're not a good football team. And because Winnicott, you saw tonight what they did earlier in the season.
Big win tonight for the Warriors. They advance. They'll take on top seed Bedford after a 34-14 win over Exeter.
Weiss grab.
Quick throw, little bobble along the sidelines. The officials rule it a catch.
Yep.
Just shy of midfield, a 4-yard gain.
Looked like he had at least 2 strides, Nick, with possession. We're going to see it right here. I believe he had 2 full strides with it. Nice rollout by Andy. Good job looking downfield, and he put it in the right spot. 1, 2.
It's Gruner with the catch.
Top gun.
3rd down and 6, 42 seconds. Salem fans on their feet. 4-man rush. Right side, up the middle. Brown, first down as he tumbles inside the Salem 45 to the 44. Needed 6, he gets 7. Offense right back up. And another spike as expected here with 31 seconds to kill the clock. 2nd and 10 coming up.
What they need, Nick, is to get around the 26, 23, 27-yard line so they can park a couple with a first down so they can just do some quick hits. Try to get into the end zone, Nick, and then if it goes down incomplete, you come right back again. But it's starting to get really narrow in time. If they had it like 55 seconds, there's a lot. That 20 seconds that give them a lot, so they really got to be efficient here.
Only 31 seconds to work. 4-man rush, quick throw, nearly intercepted. In and out of the hands of Goldman. That pass had some heat on it. 3rd down and 10 coming.
Stay with us after the game. Nick's going to have scores, highlights.
Yep.
Right? We'll go through all those and take a look at the tournament, right?
Yeah, we got a game to preview tomorrow coming your way as well. Nashua North at Bishop Curtin. on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. Kickoff tomorrow at 1 o'clock. All right, 3rd down and 10. You got 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. It's a pistol formation. Solisalo back. Brown, QB, going deep. Down the middle. No, incomplete. Salkovich got behind the intended target, Kevin White, and nearly picked that one off. Instead, Portsmouth will live to see at least one more play. 4th down and 10 coming with inside of 19 seconds to go.
One of the challenges, they're about 20 yards away, Nick, from where they want to be. So you instead of throwing launch passes, you can fire some patterns in open space, even if it's a little short of the end zone, and try to run it in. But this is a tall task to do with no timeouts and basically 18 and a half seconds left.
Everybody on their feet here at Grant Field for this 4th and 10. Brown to his left, throws, and caught along the sideline for a first down. On 4th and 10, it's Zach Hall who picks up 11 with that sideline grab. Portsmouth still alive with inside of 13 seconds.
Well, they're on the 33. One play, Nick, in play that is caught, they're not going to be able to get back. So you got to be thinking about what you're doing here. I'm sure they have. 12 seconds.
Football at the 33-yard line. Brown takes the snap. It's a 3-man rush.
He's
Brown
doing it now.
Deep down the field and incomplete. That'll leave us with 6 seconds to go. Likely one final play on the way.
I like what they do and take 2 shots to the end zone, Nick. Try to get it in. I think that's the best play with 6 seconds. This will be it.
Salem hoping for a stop here, leading 35-28. Portsmouth hoping for a miracle. Memorial waiting in the wings as the winner will face the winner here tonight.
It's possible to do a quick out pattern, Nick, to try to get down a little closer, but it's risky as all heck. You got to do it quick. You got to stop the clock before. One official should be looking at the clock themselves at the end of the play to make sure that it doesn't get run out, just to make sure there's another set of eyes on it. Nothing, again, you got 2 human beings. You got the clock keeper,
right.
Not suggesting anything, but they have to make that decision themselves, whether the game's over or not. So I'm sure they'll do it.
Officially, the game is kept by the officials.
Correct, which they'll do. That's my point.
As we know. So we've got a timeout here by Salem as the defense wants to make sure that they are on the same page for what is likely the upcoming final play with 6 seconds remaining.
So do you do this in a quick out pattern, Nick, with 2 seconds on the clock and get that much closer, or do you just go to the end zone? Well, distance is a big factor. If you're doing this from the 20-yard line, it's a totally different pass structure than if you're doing it from the 33.
We saw the end zone shot a moment ago. That took about 6 seconds. So they should have enough time
to do an out pattern. Yeah. Let's see what the Coach Pafford does.
To choose really either option. Everything on the board here.
Yep.
All right, Brown out of the timeout, having a word with his receivers. He's going to empty out the backfield here. Empty set, 5 wide.
What a game.
Salem with 3 down linemen. Brown takes the snap. Looking, throwing. Up into the air, into the end zone. It is knocked away, and the Salem Blue Devils are going to hang on to win this football game. 35-28 is the final, as the final play is incomplete in the end zone. What a ball game. Back and forth the entire way. We saw 5 different lead changes and 4 different ties, but in the end it's Salem on top, 35-28. They head to next weekend's quarterfinal round where they will face Manchester Memorial in the Queen City.
I know it's tough, Portsmouth, but don't hang your heads walking off the field. You are a complete football team that has got a group of talented seniors. And let me tell you, there'll be a lot of people that'll be very relieved that they didn't have to play the Portsmouth Clippers because Salem beat them at the last seconds of the game here by 35-28. I know you'll come back and go with scores, Nick. There's a lot to cover here, a lot to go over, but congratulations to both of these programs. And before we go, I want to say a big fat thank you to both of these programs for giving us and so many people what high school football is all about. Just Can't say enough about these two teams.
Gave us a show tonight for sure. We'll come back, recap the whole thing. Stats, highlights, analysis, out-of-town scoreboard, post-game coverage coming up next. 35-28, the final. Salem a winner. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Maybe it's leaning too close to your home. Maybe it's not healthy. Or maybe you just don't like it there. No matter what the reason is, if you need tree work or pruning, call Accurate Tree Service. They have the right equipment and expertise to properly diagnose, treat, or remove trees, no matter how difficult the terrain. Perhaps simple, careful pruning by our certified arborist is all you need to manage your trees and shrubs. When it comes to your tree care, contact the full-service tree care experts today, Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right.
Are you a quarterback who is ready to take your game to the next level? Well, then it's time to join TKQB Academy. Founded by former UNH standout Trevor Knight, TKQB Academy has worked with student athletes from around New England, helping young quarterbacks to reach their full potential. TKQB Academy offers one-on-one and group sessions that will help you instantly improve your accuracy, timing, mechanics, and footwork. So be the best QB you can be at TKQB Academy. Call 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, what a football game here in Salem, and what a way to kick off the 2025 NHIAA Football Division I tournament with an absolute thriller, an instant classic won by the Blue Devils over the Clippers. 35-28 our final. Salem got on the board first. Van Mason to Jack Marconi, 25 yards, 7-0. And then Portsmouth, a quick answer just over a minute later. Andy Brown, who was spectacular tonight in the loss, had a 58-yard touchdown run to tie the game just before the end of the first quarter. Salem leaped back in front midway through the second. Colin Salkovich, first of two scores tonight for the junior. A 1-yard plunge, 14-7 Salem. Final minute, first half. Brown to Zach Hall, a 9-yard score. Tied the game at the break, 14 apiece. Then Salkovich, as I mentioned, 2 touchdowns tonight. His second one was also from just a yard out, and it comes midway through the third quarter, 21-14. Then Brown has the answer on the ensuing drive, final minute, third quarter. Hooks up with Micah Gedney on his first catch of the night, 14-yard score. 21-21, that set the dramatic stage for the fourth quarter. Jacob Beaudry breaks about 5 tackles on that 13-yard touchdown run to give the home team a 28-21 lead, and then it's Brown back again following a short field and a Salem penalty, scores from a yard out, 28-28. And then the final few minutes were memorable for sure. We had an interception that set up Salem to retake the lead. Mason does so with a 1-yard quarterback keeper touchdown. And then in the closing seconds, Portsmouth on a Hail Mary attempt, 6 seconds to go. They throw it up into the end zone. It's knocked away at the buzzer. And that's it. Salem wins their 5th straight. They'll take on Manchester Memorial in the quarterfinals next weekend.
Do you have any running back numbers and stuff like that? Because I can't wait. I'm going out of my mind here. I want to see the inside stats of the game.
All right.
Help me.
Give me about 20 seconds. First of all, just give me your impressions on the game.
Yes, okay.
Then I'll get you the numbers.
You got it. So, basically, Nick, I've got 3 players. I had to choose 3 players. It's impossible to do that. There's really 20 players, 25 players on each team that just gave it all out in the field there. But obviously, Jordan Zanini and Andy Brown, top of the list there as far as the Andy Brown's ability to manage the game as well as the yardage that I'm looking forward to get. And Jordan Zanini was with the interception on defense, he was just Mr. Wonderful on everything, every phase of the game. He's just an incredible football player. He's going to cause some havoc in the quarterfinals. Secondly, I got Colin Salkovich, a bell cow, going when all the yardage was tough, but there was others as well. But I thought that Colin's drive down here on our right end, where he just kept on going to him and pounding it through the line, you could talk about every one of them. And then the third one, Van Mason. There's one thing you look for from the nature of people is not lose their cool, not break down. Mistakes happen. That was a real big one that Van knows himself. He'd love to have it back. He's going to learn from that and just be that much more lethal. Yeah. But his performance in the second half, Nick, to overcome adversity and come out there and say, that's behind me. What only matters, power of Norman Vincent Peale, power of positive thinking, roll forward, forget the history, and he takes his team and leads his team on so many plays, I can't even begin to say. Love to know the yardage that he got at key times and so much leadership, and he played a very tight game. Then I got 2 more guys on the Salem as well. Kevin White, other than Andy Brown. Kevin White, the play that he did all of the game, and the other guy that I got is the number 17, Pavlis, Braden Pavlis. These 3 guys I watched over and over between setting the edge, kick-out blocks, wash-down blocks, lead blocking, coming in and making plays on their own, and so many other players, Nick, that I can't name everybody. Just terrific performance. I give Coach Abraham, as I said, and Coach Pafford, what a job their staffs, they and their staffs, and the overall program got these guys ready. These game plans tonight were well thought out. Everything was orchestrated. No willy-nilly stuff. It was all based on performance and a flow chart of read and react. What do we do here? How about the defensive reading of keys, the film review, and the response to the film review against each other tonight was just incredible. They attacked the strong parts. Then the strong parts of their team would take over on both sides. Think about this score, 7-0-7, right? You recapped it. Then 14-7, 14-14, 21-14, 21-21, 28-21. Goes on and on and on. You can't ask for a better game. I'm so proud of all these football players. And I feel terrible for Portsmouth because they were my wild card team, but I'm also extremely proud of Salem. They got it going on, and we heard about it. We knew the last 2 weeks we heard about it, and it's going on. And as we move in the future here, I'm very excited for the quarterfinals to watch this team.
5th straight win for Salem. Some of the unofficial final numbers. You mentioned Salem's senior Jordan Zanini. I had him for 11 carries, 121 yards, and a 23-yard catch. Salkovich, 12 carries, a team high, 35 yards.
Big ones,
also a 9-yard grab, and, of course, the 2 short touchdowns. Aiden Shakrala was solid, 15 carries, 74 yards for Salem there. He was actually the leading rusher tonight in terms of attempts. And then Van Mason, touchdown on the ground, touchdown in the air, 4 completions, 69 yards, 5 carries for 33.
A sophomore.
Their high man on defense was one of those seniors in the trench, James Nelson, the co-captain.
So many players.
With a handful tonight unofficially. For Portsmouth, Andy Brown, 2 touchdowns through the air, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 8 completions, 87 passing yards, 8 carries for 122 rushing yards. Of course, a big part of that, a big chunk, was that 58-yard score.
What a player.
In the first quarter. Kevin White, leading running back tonight for Portsmouth, finishes with 12 carries and 62 yards. Zach Hall was the leading receiver with 5 grabs and 52 yards. Let's not forget about Tristan Kimmel, the inside linebacker.
We talked about him all
game.
Who
had at least a half a dozen tackles tonight
on defense.
We got another final score to report. Well, I guess we'll start with the first game of the day. That was Exeter at Winnicott in the 8-9 game. If you're just joining us, that was a big win for the Warriors. 34-14 is the final. They will face undefeated and top seed Bedford on the road at Bulldog Stadium next weekend. The next game that went final was down in Nashua South, a wire-to-wire victory over Londonderry. 44-15 is the final score there. They await the winner of tomorrow's Friday Night Lights New Hampshire game of the week, Nashua North and Bishop Girton.
What a battle that could
be. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And then, is that it for final scores? Yes, it is, because the
other games tomorrow.
Yes, the other preliminary matchup that we unfortunately will not be covering is Concord at Wyndham.
Yep.
And that's also a 1 o'clock start.
That's a rematch of a couple weeks ago.
Yes. All right, Steve. What a ball game. We're about ready to say goodnight, but first we say thank you to Scott Insignia and his staff here at Salem. The Blue Devils AD has been very awesome towards us, not just tonight, but over the years. We appreciate Scott as well, our friend Andre, getting us some inside intel before the game, withstanding some frustrated folks after the game as well, but standing tall. We appreciate Andre.
We're all going to be all right.
Keeping his cool and keeping us safe up here in the
Passions run high.
And, of course, our friends, the father and son Campbell duo over at Salem
Thanks,
TV,
guys,
for providing some media notes for sure. We appreciate that. I want to thank our sponsors, Beals Insurance, Accurate Tree Service, Jewett Construction, MG Sports Fundraising, and TKQB Academy for the ongoing support this season. And want to thank our crew bearing the elements tonight as well. Kristen Beals upstairs in the Bird's Nest. Down in the field, we had John Barron and Matt Beals.
Terrific job,
Spectacular
folks.
job, as usual. And the whole thing was orchestrated once again flawlessly by the man behind the curtain, the wizard of replay, our director, Ben Beals, back in the Beals Insurance
Great
Studios.
call, Nick, tonight. Did a great job.
And a great job by you, my friend, as
Thanks,
usual.
man.
The big man in the big chair, executive producer Steve Beals. I'm Nick Anastas, and I'm saying so long. Final score, final time, Salem 35, Portsmouth 28. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.